Hi, Nancy. Larry Lursey again, talking about your image today, Star, which got a 77. And let's pop back into here a little bit. Let me take a look at it. So, very interesting. I'm not sure what this is or how you came about it. Definitely looks like some sort of a starburst type of look. I like the composition, how you've got this up here. I'd love it to be a little more up into that PowerPoint, but just a little more off center. But you've got these interesting leading lines and the bright highlights. It really has a nice 3D quality to it. Couple of things I would suggest. One, I don't know what these lines are that kind of break. You know, everything kind of goes these leading lines out. You've got some distracting items up in here, but that kind of looks like that's where everything's starting. I would kind of be inclined to try and clone those out so that you've got the nice lines leading on out and not breaking when they hit that. As a small thing I would suggest on the presentation, the stroke line I think is a little too big, and you've got it on the outside. I would do an inner stroke so that it gives like how you have here where it's a hard edge all the way around instead of the soft edge, because the image here, everything is straight. It's all lines. There's not any circles or curves necessarily in it. To me, it's more about straight lines, and so I would rather everything echo that. And so I would make this a lot smaller and do the inner thing as well, so that it's not as big a distraction and it doesn't kind of give this soft edge to it. And I think that would help a little bit on the presentation. I think you struggle with an image like this trying to get your head around what it is exactly, what it's supposed to be, where to look, and I think things like that will hold it back from an impact standpoint, which generally will hold back your score. But it does have a very interesting feel to it. I think it might be a matter of perhaps trying maybe some different presentations altogether. I feel like I keep looking at all this outer area here, and maybe something just doing it on a white with a little black pin line around it would allow this to have more impact and really jump out, as opposed to this big black outer mat kind of makes it like it's absorbing all of this, if that makes sense. So I'd encourage you maybe to try a different presentation, just a plain fine art white presentation with just a little black pin line around it, and not go for the double stroke with the color. And then maybe move around how you have this in there. Try moving it over just a touch more up into that area, maybe even rotate it a little bit so that this leading line is more coming down here. You know, rotate it counterclockwise just a touch, or some things like that. I think with an image like this, you just have to kind of try different things until it just clicks, and for you at least, has the maximum impact. And I would certainly recommend maybe trying to clone out this stuff if that's something you're able to fix. Just because I like how everything has this almost porcupine type effect, and then these two lines here I think break it up a little bit. But that'd be my general suggestions on that one, to kind of get you pointed in the right direction. But it is a very interesting image, and would certainly be curious to see what you could come up with making those changes. So best of luck going forward, and I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.